So when we're ready, we're going to come into a tabletop position. We're guiding the wrists directly underneath the shoulders, hips directly on top of the knees. Press your shins backwards and down. Your fingers are spread wide and pressing forwards and down. Inhale deeply. And then exhale, lift your abdominals towards the spine and draw the shoulder blades into a retraction. This is going to create a lovely flat tabletop so that you could balance a tray of drinks on there and they wouldn't fall off. We're going to try and keep that visualization in our mind as we now trace a line away with the right arm and the left leg. You might inhale, simply come straight back, exhale away, opposite side, or you might lift, lower, travel back. Exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Like so. Good job. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale. Lovely. Inhale back. Now you might stay here. You might still just be tracing a line away and coming back, working on that foundation, thinking about slowly building up stability through your tabletop. Or if you're on level 2 and you'd like to take it a step further, inhale into your bird dog. Exhale, come into a crunch. Inhale, reach away again. Inhale, and then exhale to lower. So once again, that is inhale, reach away. Exhale, keep a straight spine as you draw both limbs in. Inhale as you draw them out. And then exhale them down. Keep alternating sides. Inhaling to reach away. Exhaling, keeping your straight spine. Inhale, reach away. Exhale down, keeping, when you draw your arms away, keep the arms height-wise and width-wise in line with your shoulders. Same for the leg. We don't want to be going too high with that leg. Keep the tailbone lengthened, shining back, abdominals lifted, so that when you draw that leg back, it's in line with your hip, both laterally and in height. Last one. Good job. So we're going to lower down onto our fronts. We're drawing the arms out in front. The legs are in line with your hips. Press your pelvis down, lift your abdominals up, and when you're feeling ready, we're going to draw the back of the neck long. Exhale, drive left arm, right leg away from the ground. Inhale, lower. Other side. Inhale, lower. Alternating with every repetition. Exhaling to lift. Inhaling to lower. We're really lifting with the abdominals here. Pressing down with the pelvis. Good job. Allow yourself to think about being as long as you can be, as opposed to as tall as you can be. So we're not thinking about that leg and that arm going as high as they can. We're just thinking about reaching, elongating, inviting space into the body where we can. Keep the abdominals lifted. Last one. Before we travel back with the hands, we tuck the toes and we're going to press into a downward dog. Well done. When you're ready, come onto your back. Here we're going to be starting off with our bridge kicks. So option 1 is exhale with the feet a foot's distance away from the glutes, the knees a fist's distance away from one another, the neck perfectly straight looking up towards the ceiling. You would come up into your bridge, extend your leg, flex, bend. Nice and simple, rolling back out of your bridge. Option 2, exhale, tuck the tailbone, roll sequentially. Inhale to extend the leg. Exhale to kick and return. Flex the foot, bend the knee, and roll it down. So when we're ready, exhale, tuck the tailbone, sequentially roll through the vertebrae. Keep your abdominals pressed to your spine. At the top of your bridge, we hold. In option 1, we exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, flex, and bend the knee, and then roll it slowly down. On option 2, we exhale, roll up through the vertebrae. Inhale, extend the leg. Thighs are parallel. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. Exhale, roll down. Inhaling at the base. Exhale, roll it up. No matter which option you're on, option 1 or 2, really think about scooping the tailbone forwards and up. Think about being a straight line from the shoulders to the knees. Think about stability. If there were 2 car headlights, one on each hip or one on each side of the pelvis, you would want them perfectly shining up towards the sky. Roll as slowly as you can so that you can spend time focusing on each vertebrae one at a time, and so that when we kick that leg, we have time to focus on the stability, which is on the shoulders and that singular foot. You can stay here on this movement, or we can move on to our next movement, which is similar in terms of it's a bridge and we have one leg, but it's less of that sequential control and more of a pulse. So in this one, you would lift one leg, imprint, scoop, lower, lower the leg, lift the other leg, scoop, lower. So you see in this one, there's less of that slow central control, and it's a pulse back down. The only difference is we have one leg lifted. So that bit where we are lifting the leg doesn't have to be this gentle side part of the movement. The act of lifting that leg should come from the abdominals, and it should add an abdominal impact into this movement. So when we're ready, inhale, lift one leg, press, lower, lower. Lift the other leg, really allow that to come from the abs, press, lower, lower. Now if this looks a little bit much for today, just stay on the movement from before, working on your sequential control, thinking about segment by segment. If we do feel comfortable in this movement, then just really focusing on stability here, because it can be easy to go one of 2 ways. One would be dropping sideways into the hip, and the other one would be dropping down into the hip. So we just want to make sure that we are stable, we're centered, we're not feeling it too much in the hip. It's all located in towards the glute, the hamstring. Good job. Well done, nearly there. Allow that dropping of the leg and that lifting of the leg to be a lovely controlled movement. Last 2. Good job. Well done. From here, draw both legs into a tabletop. And we're dropping the legs away. Option 1, we're dropping them in a bent leg position, like so, then lifting, dropping like so, then lifting. Option 2, you have a straight leg. We drop down like so, then lift, like so, then lift. Option 3, you are lifted, your head and neck are off the ground. You're dropping that one leg, coming back through center. There's no energy through the hands. You're not pulling that leg in. They're just resting on the inner thigh and outer shin. Okay, so whichever option you'd like to take, we exhale, draw one leg away, inhale it back in. Focus on your imprint here. So your abdominals should be pressed to the back and your back should be pressed to the floor as we drop one leg away and draw it gently back. Option 2, exhale, inhale. Lovely job. Inhale back. Option 3, alternating sides and swapping the hand over onto the other leg as you swap sides. Exhale away, inhale back. Exhale away, inhale back. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Well done. Drop the legs into their tabletop position. Guide your hands towards your temples. We're going to exhale, come up into a gentle lift. We're going to cross over, and as we cross over, we're dropping one leg. As we come back to center, that leg comes back into start position, and then we lower the head, neck, and chest down. Now, as you lower the head, neck, and chest down, you're going to think about slightly disengaging the abdominals, very minimally, and then every repetition, you re-engage as you then lift the head, neck, and chest up. So as we lower, we can think about a bit of a relaxation, but then as we come back up into the next rep, you're pressing your abs to your back, you're locking it down, keep the rib cage tucked down, keep the pelvic floor, core lifted up, and keep the tailbone just scooping very slightly away from the floor. So, when we're ready, we lift, we crunch, we draw back through center, and we lower. We lift, we crunch, we draw back through center, we lower. Now, hopefully, you can feel this already. With that locking down, crunching across, coming back, disengaging and re-engaging with every repetition, you hopefully will start to feel this lovely warmth. It's quite a maintainable movement because it's so slow and because we're breathing so much. There's 2 breath cycles for every breath. Always inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. We exhale on the most exertive part of the movement. So for some of you, that will be this part here, and for others, that will be this part here. So just think about what feels best for you. If you want to go a bit quicker, you can do exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Although personally, I think this is one that the slower you go, the more benefits you feel. It also gives you that chance to really imprint properly. Good job, guys. Last 5. Last one. and hug your legs in. Take a nice little stretch here. Inhale. And then when you're ready, draw your knees wide. Draw the knees in towards you and allow yourself, as the knees come in, to think about that engagement of the abdominals. So they're not just heavily relaxing here. You're actively drawing them in with the abdominals, if that makes sense. So you're really scooping the tailbone away from the ground, actively drawing the knees in towards your chest. The hands are still by the temples for this one, unless you have neck sensitivity or weakness, in which case draw your head and neck down, draw your arms down, and you can do this with the upper body rested. So option 1 would be rested upper body. See your legs away, draw the legs back wide. Option 2, send the legs away, draw the legs back wide. Option 3, send the legs away, draw the legs back wide, reach forwards to tap the toes, then come back. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Really think about controlling it as you lower back down. So as we reach up, it can be really nice and active. As we come back down, we're going lovely and slow. If we're in option 1, play around with where your legs are shining towards. If they're going up towards the sky, it's going to be a bit gentler for you. If they're going a little bit lower, it's going to be a bit more intense. So work out what feels right for you. And at this point here, we're not just going along for the ride. We are squeezing the legs in towards the body, keeping that nice active engagement as they draw in and as we press away. Last 2. And we're going to send the legs long and hold them there. So for some, you'll need to draw your legs so that they're shining directly above your hips. For others, you might be able to hold quite low, but for the majority of us, somewhere between